Okay, I'm here, guys. Sorry for the delay for a minute. I'm here. AWO in the house. I'm AWO here, guys. Welcome. Welcome to AWO in World Order. This is AWO, your host, in World Order. Welcome to the spoiler review for spoiler review for this channel. Spoiler review for this channel for Last of Us. Okay, for Last of Us, season 2, episode 5. So welcome to my channel. Yeah, join membership, Red. You better become a YouTuber. I mean, you better sub to me or else. But yeah, before we get into recapping the latest episode of The Last of Us, season 2, episode 6, let's get on with the promotions. Let's get on plugs. If you're new to this channel, you've seen what you like for the first time, please subscribe. If you're a current subscriber, well, smash the like button along with the new subscribers. Both of you smash the like button. Don't listen to this guy and don't listen to this guy named Red Itty. Never listen to him. Yes, Itty, Red Itty. All right. Also, join membership down below. Not overly expensive. Okay. Not that expensive. Okay, to join membership. 2 tiers. The second tier is not that much expensive. More expensive than the first tier. Okay. But don't listen to this guy, Red Itty. No. I'll Ellie you. You will be the Nora. I'll be the Ellie. Okay? That's what's gonna happen in that situation, brother. Don't listen to this guy. Don't listen to this guy named Brad Iddy. Don't listen to him. He's my rival, my greatest rival. All right. Oh yeah, I forgot to send this to Blinded. Whoopie doo. My mistake. I don't know where. I don't know. Everybody else join. Where's 56K? Where's 56K? Where's Red 80's buddy 56K? That I need. That's who we need here. And Blinded. And Degrassi. Okay. Oh, I think I know where he is. Is Tony streaming? Is Tony having his video game stream tonight? I thought I saw Tony's having his video game streaming tonight, guys. I don't know. But yeah, so Blinded is a little behind, guys. A little bit behind. He'll be back. He'll be on in 15 minutes, maybe 10, 15 minutes. Okay, I think. That's what he's. That's what I assume. When we told him on Discord. So Blinded, who's kind of, he's pretty much my co-host. I would say he's my co-host on this channel. We'll be on. I don't know, like yeah, probably 15 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes. Okay, of the stream, all right? And okay, so he'll be here soon. Well, where's 56K? Curious. Where's Tony? Oh no, he doesn't have a stream today. Okay. So I assume 56K would be in the house. Okay. Some people might be a little bit behind. So the thing is, this episode was, I think it might be the shortest of the season so far. Only 45 minutes. Okay. Let me thumbs that up, brother. Okay. It's the only one that's 45 minutes this season. Of this season, I think it might be the shortest one of the season so far. But there was a lot of stuff that happened in this episode, though. A lot of things happened. Oh, fuck. All right, a lot of things happened in this episode. Yeah, you hear me swear the F word, man. Okay. So I'm gonna try rate for red. Okay, so yeah, why is this episode called Nora? Well, this is the episode that features Nora in it. Okay, that's why it's called Nora in the title. Okay, okay. This episode is the episode is about Nora. All right, and yeah, well, we're gonna. Well, I'm gonna spoil for you. It is a spoiler review. Nora dies in this episode. The show is the biggest disappointment of all time. Yeah, I think you're like exaggerating there. Whatever. But yeah, Nora dies in this episode, and we're for Blinded. 10 minutes, maybe. 10 minutes. Blinded's always behind. He's always behind. Always behind. He's never on time. It's funny. He knows that. He knows I rib him on that. Yeah. So yeah, Nora dies in this episode, but it's really actually a weak death scene if you really think about it. It's this. Okay, it's a really weak death scene though. And I gotta say, I don't know, man. Best HBO since The Sopranos. Yeah, I think that's really exaggerating there. I mean, like, come on. Game of Thrones is definitely up there. And you're probably gonna shit on Game of Thrones. Oh, because it's season 9, the final season. Okay. So I'm waiting for my partner in crime. The game did the entire hospital scene way better. The hospital scene was like 5, 10 minutes long. You can't. I mean, you're not exaggerating. I mean, you can't do a whole hospital scene in a TV show. Of course, it's going to be short in a TV show. Sopranos did hospital scenes better. But guys, you're comparing a TV show to a video game. An adaptation. Like, you're comparing no. Game of Dumpsters. Red Itty is just upset he doesn't get to figure Dina or Hawk Girl. Okay? You can't compare a video game to how you make a video game compared to a live TV show. One shot, a level in a video game that's adapted in a TV show will not be exactly like how a video game will go. It'll be different. It'll be different. It shows you medical movies, TV. Yes, but this is not a game. This is a TV show. Okay? You can't you can't condense you have to condense it. This is a TV show. Okay? How if it was a movie it'd be fucking worse. It would be worse. You'd be bitching if it was a movie, it'd be worse. Okay? You have to condense it even for a TV or even a movie. But look at Minecraft, guys. Minecraft is doing well, but it's not going to hit a billion. There's no Minecraft for a billion. Okay. Video game is immediate or vastly superior. Well, that's what we said. That's what we said. That's what we said about the GTA trailer, GTA 6 trailer. That it looks vastly superior than some movie trailers as of late. I'll never talk bad about The Walking Dead. Well, Blinded would. Blinded will. No, Minecraft. I'm not sure if Minecraft reached a billion. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it did. Okay, Minecraft reached 900 million globally. Not a billion yet. It reached nine. It reached 900 right now. Okay. Okay. John Wick. John Wick. Okay. The bulk of us. Whatever. All right. Uh, I'm waiting for Blinded. I'm waiting for Blinded. So let's see where they are in the game, TV wise to the game. Let's see how far they are in the game compared to the show. Okay, they're about the halfway point. The game went to the halfway point. Okay, so yeah, okay. No, it did not make it. It's at 900 million. I do think it will make it a billion, though. I do think it'll get to a billion. Tide detergent. That's funny. Okay. Oh wait. By the way. Okay. I did send an invite to Blinded. Okay. So we're gonna get to Blinded. But Red Itty, man. I know Red's favorite girl. Girl. What's her name? Dina. Or Hawk Girl. Hawk Girl. I'll be honest. I'll be honest. While watching this episode, see Dina, all I could think of was Peacemaker Hawk Girl. Was Hawk Girl and Peacemaker eating popcorn. That's all I could think of. I'm like, oh my god. That's all I could think of. Okay. $3 billion. What You're, you know what? All right. Wait, okay. Honestly, I was a little let down with the ending of this episode. I was. Go how much money has Minecraft. It will tell you they made 3 billion in 2014. You moron. Not 900,000 K. You do realize I'm talking about the show, right? The movie. Okay? Okay? Oh, Red 80, and 56K are gonna fight. We're sideways. And where's. Okay. Okay. I seen the light. Blinded. Blinded says you start at 9:30, so in a couple minutes it'll end, right? For him, it'll end. It'll end because 3 minutes, and hopefully he'll hop on here. Oh, by the way, you know what's funny? A certain guy we talked about in here, it's 56K Reddit, nothing related to Minecraft. Um, on YouTube, thought Andor had its finale last Tuesday. Thought Andor had its finale. Finale. Yeah, I'm serious. Okay. Dexter? I don't think Dexter's on HBO anymore, guys. Like, I don't think it's on Max anymore. Everything. Okay, Red. Everything is garbage to you. Red. Everything is garbage to you. Is there anything you like besides AEW? The guy's overachiever. Oh, Acolyte was way better than than Andor. Oh my god. Oh, well, when Blinded comes on, I'm saving this comment. I like The Last of Us Part 1 and The Last of Us. Oh my god. Oh my god. I think Red is drunk. Okay. I am becoming Diddy, the author of me. Okay. Who's gonna get that? You know what? Oh my god. Oh my god. Um, Blindness should be on any minute now. I'm just baiting you guys. I know. I did. But I want you to bait. I know you're baiting me, but I want you to bait blinded with that take, the Andor take. You know what you gotta do, Red, Red. You gotta super chat that take, and I'll make blinded read it. Deal? Deal? Red, super chat the exact same thing, and I'll make blinded read it. Okay? Okay? All right. Super chat when it comes on. Man, Acolyte, that's so. Look, you know what I did with Acolyte last year? I talked about Acolyte, and and I looked. Oh, I did track Grace's reviews over Acolyte, and let me tell you something. Talk about Acolyte, gave me guts, gave me some good views and stuff, and even talking about going over Grace's reviews over Acolyte gave me great reviews. Unfortunately, Grace has not done a Peacemaker trailer reaction. She's boycotting it. Okay. But where is my boy? Where is Degrassi? Okay. But that's funny. Oh, by the way, guys, I I'm contemplating detracting our good friend Renowned Zero, better known as Sturgis, and I try to talk like Sturgis, like how Tony does. Buddy, how does Tony talk like Sturgis? Well, I can't do it. I'm gonna track Sturgis. I don't know if I'm gonna do it. I don't know if I'm gonna do it like how Tony, how Tony does that impersonation. I don't know if I'm gonna do it like that. But I think I'm gonna detract Sturgis. He's so funny to detract. He's the greatest YouTuber on here, man. Greatest YouTuber. Okay. But yeah, man, look. This episode, man. This episode. Return of Jesse Ventura. Yeah, Joshua the Body Ventura was in this episode. Sturgis. Yeah, yeah, that's right. Sturgis don't need, Sturgis, Sturgis don't need to appear on valid opinions. He does. He actually, it's gonna be fun. But this episode, guys, there's a lot in this episode. Aaron, it's in the air. There's a lot of this episode. There's a lot of unpacking this episode. All right, they know where the location of Nora is. Right, she's in the hospital. The thing about getting to the hospital is getting to the hospital. It's how to get to the hospital. Who is Sturgis? Red is pretty cahoots with Sturgis all the time. Hey, buddy. Business. It's all about business. Okay. So yeah. So oh really? Really? Sturgis kept saying that to anyone who called him Sturgis, and that's where I got the "who is red" from. Yeah. Okay. That makes sense. But here we go. The thing here is so they had to make their way to the hospital to confront Nora because Nora they assumed Nora would have the whereabouts of Abby. Abby. Somebody who read would definitely fuck because he's mentioned a couple times. Somebody who read would fuck it. Fuck. I mean the actress. Okay. But Dina, Dina, obviously is the smart one in this group of this duel. So she's the one mapping out possible ways, right? Possible ways to get to Nora, right? Possible ways, what streets to go, how to get through certain things, how to prevent himself from confronting danger, to stay out of sight with the WLF or FL, and also the Seraphites, to navigate through Seattle without any trouble, right? Without any trouble, right? Dina is not Eddie in my eyes. I caught him on Twitter over a year. Eddie became a comedian sidekick. I know. That's a good point. I think I love Dina more than Ellie. I caught him out on Twitter over a year, and I called him Stooges. His dad combining Sturgis to Stooge from Three Stooges, and we respond with some hibbity jibbity and with hashtag who is Stooges. Eddie became a comedic sidekick. Yeah, because clearly this past few episodes they kind of made it imply that Ellie is not that smart, intelligent, dumb, right? Oh, I don't know what geometry is. I have. I have Dina suck on my fingers, dude. I would stick my fingers inside her right now. Oh my god. Okay. Okay. Oh my god. But yeah. Eddie's become the joke. It's like you look at Dina and you look at Ellie. It's like, okay, Ellie's portrayed as that impulsive, not very intelligent kind of character, where Dina is more of the strategic type. The more to come, the more aware, the more cautious kind, right? Like Ellie is a type to go gun blazing, where Dina is a type to t- tactically use tactics, right? To be navigate the situation, and right, that's what she is. Like that's what the difference is between the two. Because obviously, if Ellie did not have Dina, I don't care if Ellie has some survival instincts. She would have got caught. She would get caught easily. Dina, she's lucky Dina is there to be her navigator. Okay, I know you would, Red. This is true. I know you would, buddy. I know you would. And I don't know where he is. Blinded may come. I don't know. Okay. Okay. All right. So okay, let's get on with it, guys. I don't know where Blinded is. I'm sure Blinded will come on. I thought it'd be on like 10 minutes ago, but maybe he's stuck in Red. Maybe he's scared of you, Red. Moving on. Dina. Dina feet picks where. Moving on. As they're navigating, traveling where they need to go, Dina tells Ellie her backstory, kind of her backstory of supposedly her first kill and where she's originally from. So she says she's from originally Santa Fe, California, right? Um, she lived with her mother and sister, and her mother wouldn't let her out by herself. Eventually, she let her out with supervision. But the town they were in, they got attacked by waiters and things like that, right? So they let us know a little bit more about Dina. Oh, what's pretty funny? What's pretty funny was Ellie asking why are you gonna name your baby? What are you gonna name your baby? And Dina's like, if it's a girl, Ellie. If it's a guy, a boy, Elijah. And Ellie's like, really? And she's like, no, no, no. She's like, fuck no. She's like, fuck no, man. That's pretty funny. She's like, fuck no. Okay, let's move on. Let's move on. So right, so they got to the place where they need to go, right, and or they get to the hospital. They think, right, and they hear a noise, a sound, right, a noise, and this is something Ellie is confronted before. This is a creature, something Ellie is confronted before. She did Tina's pregnant with my son. What are you gonna name the child? Then you hear that, 56K? You hear that, guys? Vanity, you're hilarious. You're a funny guy. You're a funny guy. You know that? You're funny, right? Uh, okay. That's all Red thinks about. Yeah, he does. I don't have a crush on her. Who said that? Where did you get your information? This? Where did you get information from? Who told you this? Man, man with no W on the ground who died with his penis out. Man will not survive. That's what I. Red Itty will not survive. Yeah, because he'd be fucking all the women there, and that's gonna get him killed. He would fuck. He would Red Itty would fuck a a clicker. What is it? Yeah, he would fuck one of those a clicker if it was hot. Okay. If a clicker was hot, he would definitely fuck it. I know Finbar would. Finbar definitely would. Okay. So they got where they need to go. So they got where they needed to go, brothers and sisters. And they hear the sound, right? They hear the sound, right? Hear the sound. Check what it is, right? And yeah, she called them like smart zombies, right? Very intelligent zombies, right? Smart zombies, you know what, right? And Ellie told her, I'm immune, right? So don't worry about me. I'll run, get to that little cage area. You'll be safe there. And they have guns, right? They were told. Dina made sure not to, if they get in trouble, firing their pistol, their guns would be a last resort because they don't want to get the attention of the militia there, right? Right. But obviously with what happened there, they had to use their pistols to shoot down the, the horde there, right? Going after them. Obviously, they ran out of bullets, but who comes to save the day? Who comes to save the day? No other than Jesse. Jesse the Body Ventura. No, I'm kidding. Not the wrestler, Josh. Not the wrestler. Jesse, the guy who impregnated Dina with his loins. Is this a sporter shaking it? Oh man. Okay, so Jesse comes to save the day and tells them to run. They run into the forest. The WFL doesn't follow them, the WLF doesn't follow them into the forest. Obviously there's reasons why. They come across what seems like the Seraphites. Sacrificing someone, whatever, right? I don't know the actor's name. I've seen an actor before in other movies or shows. I think that guy in that episode who cut open the sacrifice, whatever, is and all the you see all the guts and pouring out. I think that is that the guy from Daredevil. I don't know. Is that the guy from Daredevil? Born Again? Cherry? Or is it a different actor? They look awfully familiar. What's the actor's name? Clark Johnson? I don't think it's him. Oh, it's not him. No, it's not him. Sorry, it's not the same guy. I thought it was him. Okay. Okay. I know I've seen that actor before in another show. Whatever. And yeah, this many people is a show of mercy. Yeah, from sacrifice. Yeah, and so they were watching Jesse, uh, Dina, and Ellie were watching. Okay, watching, but they got caught, and I think in a bone. And so, the seraphites are they use like bow and arrows as weapons, right? They're very Dina. Dina kind of insinuates they're like the Amish people, but they're not really like Amish people. But what she means like how they're like Amish, it's how Amish live in a different kind of world, right? A different kind of they live in a different kind of world, right? The Amish, and that's what the Seraphites are, right? Religious. The Amish are religious, very religious, but they're not. They live in their own world, right? Yeah, he was. Is Drake in this episode? Was he? Is he really in it? I'm not sure. I know Josh was. What cameo did Drake play? I don't know. Are you kidding me? You're messing with me, buddy. If that'd be cool. That'd be cool if Drake, Bell, West actually, if they both cameoed in the show, episode after an episode. But yeah, so Jesse and Dina, they went to separate ways. Race there ran after the Surfers were firing bows and arrows at them, and Ellie went her way solo, right? Solo. I don't think you're. Damn you! Damn you! Oh man!
We got that Sean Diddy Combs.
Oh I need to respond to this before we continue.
Sean Diddy Combs.
Is it okay? The hell? Here we go.
Here we go. What?
I want you to respond to
Says
this.
Acolyte. Yeah, we know Red didn't watch Andor though. So there's no point of even addressing that.
Oh, guy, Red. You know they
If
made
I
up,
mean
right?
remember Red also liked Gladiator 2, which was probably one of the worst movies last year. So
Um, I don't know what Red likes. He only likes a couple things. There's only a few things I know he likes.
he
But I think
just
he
likes
hates everything.
garbage.
He hates everything. He likes little
Well, he
things.
hates everything and then he likes garbage. So I don't know what that says.
Yeah, that's right, man.
Gosh,
No, Drake was not in this episode. He didn't have Drake Bell in this
what
episode.
happened?
Oh, yeah, I told him to do this. I told him for you to read it. Thank you for super chat. I want you to read it. He just leaves. Look at you, Ted. Okay, he'll be back. Episode strength. All right, I'll read it. I'll read it. Red. Thank you for $5 super chat. Um, the Acolyte is way better show than Andor because the Acolyte has dark Plagueis, not plague. Dark Plagueis. Oh, you want to read this? I told Red to super chat me this, so for you to read it.
Acolyte is way. Yeah, we don't even need to read it. While Andor had a retard eating cereal for 8 episodes straight. What? Is he talking about the
Hey,
mom?
hey. Yeah, she does eat a lot in the episode. Like, she's become more
Or are we
pointless.
talking about Cyril? Cyril?
Uh,
I guess Red is on the same level as Star Wars theory, so I guess
at
that makes
least,
sense.
at least Red knows it's not the finale, unlike somebody else we know.
The
So we know
finale?
things.
Oh, you mean um Sad
Yeah,
Max.
yeah. You know what? the way I know it's not the finale, but the end of Andor. I'm gonna spoil here, guys. Because I didn't even know this spoiler review. When Bix leaves him, that feels like a
Mhm.
finale.
But it's not.
Yeah, it's not.
The finale is gonna lead into Rogue One.
Yeah, and and Bix did say that when the rebellion is wins wins, she'll come back to them. Yeah, that ain't gonna happen because we know what
No,
happens.
because we know what happens.
Yeah. All right. How did you find this episode?
Yeah, I thought it was. Uh, here's the thing. Like, I feel like it was kind of. Mm, I don't want to say it was all over the place,
It was
but
it was a
there
little
was
bit
some things
rushed.
that I liked and some things that I didn't like. I didn't really like the whole scene where Dana is just pretty much spelling out the fucking themes of the show. I was like, okay, I guess we're kind of hammering it on a little too thick. I feel like, um, especially when it was like, okay, yeah, we kind of know that's yeah. So I don't know. I
Yeah.
just felt I didn't really like that scene, and then I also don't really understand. Like, okay, I kind of understand it, but I, it was just not a good choice in comparison to the game to have Dina go with Ellie, and it was like a really stupid decision that made them look really dumb. And that's what
But
I get
then,
from the show. It's like they seem smart, but then they make some really dumb decisions.
and 5 minutes later, she goes with Jesse.
Yeah, she gets shot in the arrow, or she got
Yeah.
shot in the arrow. She got shot in the knee with an arrow.
Yeah.
Skyrim reference. But I yeah, like I didn't really like that aspect. I thought it was really stupid for them to do that. Completely unnecessary.
You
And
know
I
why they
kind
did
of
that?
understand why it's like we kind of need to have scenes where they're talking because if it was just with Ellie walking around,
Yeah.
I mean, they couldn't really afford to do that, right?
Because they kind of made Ellie kind of feel unintelligent. If it wasn't for Dina, Ellie would not be able to get by in Seattle.
Yeah, it sounds like she doesn't know how to do anything.
Yeah.
Like how did you expect to go out here by yourself and try to make it? It just seemed like she would have died fairly quickly, but I don't know why my PlayStation's not booting up.
What did you
You
do
know
this
what?
Christmas
I'll
already?
skip the PlayStation and I was playing this entire day because I was just bored. But yeah, I didn't really like that aspect. I feel like it just made them look like it's like we have to show us Dina use like trying to track their patrols and
Mhm.
calling them stupid because they're listening on the radio, and then in the same breath they're like, okay, we're gonna go out in this abandoned area that's probably has infected. This is the only option, and I'm gonna go, and Dina's gonna go with me, even though Ellie's immune. But it's like, yeah, even and by the way, another thing, I guess these are more like nitpicks because I still like the episode, but um the whole like all the stalkers are in one area that that doesn't happen at all. I mean, like I didn't like that aspect too because it's like the stalkers are really only operate like in alone, like they're lone wolves, and that's how it was in the second game. So for them to all of a sudden just be like, oh yeah, we're gonna operate in a pack was a little bit weird.
Jesus
Um,
Christ, Red 80.
so yeah, there was that. Then they also introduced the spores finally, which I guess it makes sense now that we've seen it all. Like this was like a better way of introducing spores because it's like, yeah, in the hospital we already know that patient zero turns into the Rat King,
Mhm.
and there would probably be spores down there if it was all locked up for years and years. So I think it was an interesting way of introducing it. I'm also guessing maybe we're not going to get Shamblers in this season at all. just kind of my guess because I mean, I feel like we would have seen a Shambler by now. So maybe next season, I guess, or maybe in the finale, because I think the next episode is going to be a flashback. Which, by the way, if the next episode is a flashback, then are we not going to see Ellie kill Mel?
Yeah, that's a good question.
That's
That's
another
great.
thing that I'm like, are we going to see that in this season, or are we not going to see that at all? Another aspect too that I was a little, I mean, I kind of expected it, but I was a little bit surprised that they were like, "Oh yeah, here's Jesse now," and there's like, "Oh okay." Uh, so that, so I mean, yeah, they cut out the action sequence with Jesse when they're in the car. Too expensive, I guess. So, you
Well, you
know,
can't do everything in the game in a TV show. Like you have to condense it.
well, if this
Uh,
show was supposed, if we had a 9 episode season like last season, I think they probably could have gotten away with it.
I want to know why they decided to go 7 in the first place.
Yeah, I have no clue because now it's like, okay, now we're doing a flashback, and then we go straight to the finale, and yeah, I understand where it's like, yeah, it gets repetitive where it's just her killing
Every
all of, yeah, all of Abby's friends and
It's such a
stuff.
cliche. I know something is streaming. The episode before the finale is always tends to be like a
As
flashback episode.
flashback.
It's
Yeah.
it's getting tiring. Like
Yeah, it's kind of like a penultimate episode and then they just do a
yeah.
flashback. And to be honest too, it's like for that flashback to be the penultimate episode, I don't know, it doesn't really feel right to me. Um yeah, the budget went to Ellie's one-liners. Yeah, I did like when she was walking around. I mean, again, it's like you can't really deviate so much
Hmm.
from what it was in the game because it's just, yeah, she just confronts Nora. But then even then she looked like an idiot doing it. It's like, oh, I'm gonna have you at gunpoint, and then she
They
throws
make
the thing at her, and then they run in the hospital hallways, and Nora's like, hey, everybody, there's an intruder, which I do believe does happen in the game. I can't remember what happens in that whole part because it's like they fall down in this area that's like
yeah the
unstable,
elevator.
so they didn't
Yeah.
mean to go into the basement. But here they kind of did mean to go in the basement. It was like our last resort. Which, by the way, Nora was really dumb because they, unless she didn't know, that's the only thing. It seemed like she knew because she looked, and it was like, oh, basement two, right?
She knew. Yeah, she
And then
looked.
yeah, so that part was like a little bit weird because it's like, why would you go down there? And then she was like blaming it on Ellie. She's like, "You got us killed," and it's like, well, you were down here, and to be honest, you were gonna die anyway. Like, but yeah, that like Ellie just looks really incompetent every time. Like, especially compared to the game where it's like, why would you position yourself in a way where now all these people are gonna shoot at you in
They
the hospital, and then you're like running around, not really firing your gun properly. It just looked really stupid. Like,
Ellie. They made Ellie in the show so unlikable.
no, they make her look really incompetent and
Yeah, dumb.
like,
It's
yeah,
like
like if you were really going to hunt down and kill Joel's killers, you think that she would be a little bit more prepared, like, and trained. But she's just like relying on everybody else, and it just makes her look really, really incompetent. Like, and
okay.
that's the one thing like we're pretty much 2 episodes out. Like, they really, in my opinion, I think they butchered her character. She's not like this at all in the game. Yeah, you could say that maybe she's immature to go after Abby and stuff, but she was still like a very like serious. All of that was like removed because and to be honest, I really don't know why they removed all of that. Was it because the actress doesn't look age appropriate, or did they want her to be more in line with the first season? I don't know. It just, to me, I don't like what they did to her character at all.
She,
At all.
what I think of this when her, I think for her character as a in the first season, her the way they portray the character is fine because she's a younger character, right, in the first season.
Hmm.
But she's just 5, 6 years later. Like she hasn't grown at all. I think it's
No,
if it, right. I think if it's this attitude in the first season is fine because she's much younger, but
right.
the maturity is she hasn't matured. She hasn't
Yeah, and
grown.
also I'm also realizing too they did cut out another flashback scene where she's like patrolling with Joel. Maybe we'll might get this in the flashback episode where they merge the two. But there's a flashback where it's actually Tommy training her how to shoot, and Joel and her encounter a bloater and stuff. And so I don't know if that maybe next episode we'll see some like merging and things like that, but because they did merge a lot of stuff here. They merged the scene where uh, Ellie's like in the woods and she sees the Seraphites
Yeah.
gut somebody. Then they also merged the Jesse coming to save Ellie, and then they
Mhm.
also did the Nora scene. So they did a lot of stuff that was kind of like different sequences in the game in one
Yeah. They did.
episode. Contractually, they're stuck with her most
Well, yeah.
likely,
She's
I'm
this season
guessing.
two.
But here's the thing though, because um, I was thinking about this because yeah, we didn't see Tommy for the last two episodes, and
Tommy's here.
Tommy was supposed to be in Seattle in the game, but they changed that aspect. So
They
now
did
I
say
wonder,
they did say they split him up in the episode. They split him and Jesse split up in Seattle.
yeah, yeah, but I mean, in the original game, Tommy went to go hunt down Abby, and then Ellie and Dana just decided to go follow him without him really knowing. And so I wonder now if the next season, we won't actually see Ellie, but instead they'll make Tommy the main, like the secondary character in the next season. That's kind of my guess because yeah, we know that he's off doing something, but he's off encountering Abby, and that's what leads Abby to go back to the theater. So, and the thing is, Ellie doesn't meet up with Abby until the ending, and that's another thing too. I mean, it does feel like in the first episode, I thought, oh, this is going to be really slow pace, and then now it seems like, oh wow, now they're going at breakneck speed to get to the ending because the
Yeah.
final episode is going to have to be she kills Mel, or maybe she doesn't kill Mel, and then she goes back to the hospital and or not hospital, but the theater, and then she encounters Abby, and then they fight, and then well, I mean, it could be they save the fight for the next season, but I don't know. It's a little bit. It seems like we're kind of rushing toward
Yeah,
an
it's
ending
like
now.
they're kind of making Ellie like the least interesting character in the show.
Yeah,
Not
we're at the
likable.
point where we want to see everybody else's POV. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, opposite of the Last of Us game. Yeah, exactly. That's what I don't like about the show. I
Even
don't.
she made her so fucking unlikable, Ellie. I'm sorry, like that's
Yeah,
and don't I know some people are taking on the actress. It's not the actress. The actress doesn't
no,
right.
it's not. I don't really blame the actress. It's the writing of the character and what they did
Yeah,
to her. I feel like makes her kind of unlikable. I don't mind if she's like still joking stuff, but there has to be like moments where you do that where it's fine, and then she can't just like when there's a serious moment, like that's kind of your opportunity to show that actually she is quite skilled.
yeah,
Like she's supposed to be trained by Joel and Tommy, so they survived for decades. So I mean, why is she like running around like an idiot, firing her gun in this way that it just looks incompetent to me. It's like I'm a
yeah.
little bit surprised that they're like this
They
is
made it.
how they want to portray her character. It's like she wasn't like this at all in the game.
Yeah, if she didn't have Dina with her in this show, she's she'd probably be dead. She'd
Yeah, she
cancer
probably
dead.
would be dead, exactly.
Like I think what this did. I think what this actually made Ellie unlikable. It made Dina likable.
Yeah,
And
well, Dina in this episode looks stupid too because they're like instead of it just being, oh, I'm gonna stay at the theater, they're like, oh, it's gonna be on me when I die, right? But then when they're in this situation where it's like all these stalkers are there, and then she
Yeah.
starts breaking down. You're like, I don't know. It's like you kind of were stupid to go out knowing your condition. Like, why would you do that? Knowing that things are so unpredictable. It just really doesn't make sense. Like, I don't know. I got to be honest. I really don't understand why they deviated. Like these minor or not deviated so much, but these like minor deviations really changed the view of the characters.
Yeah.
Was this
Love that
Beverly
movie.
Hill Ninjas? A
Love
hundred
that movie.
percent like the movie. Oh man.
I love that movie. Yeah. Also, like I said it from the start of this season, I think I'm more on Abby's side
Hmm.
in the Firefly side. And when I saw the scene at the end where she bludgeons basically Nora to death, even though like you see her hit three couple times, not even where gruesome is to Joel's death. I feel like what Nora was saying before she died. I feel like, yeah, this doesn't make Ellie likable as a character.
No, and I'll go back and look and see. I could be wrong, but I don't think Nora even tells Ellie about Abby's dad and all of that stuff. I could be wrong, but I thought their conversation was more about like, oh, Joel deserved it, and she wasn't really like she was leading her on, but not really telling
Yeah.
why they did it in the first
Well,
place. Because
as you say,
it's
because
supposed to be later in the game. There's that reveal that oh,
you know,
Abby's dad is the surgeon.
you know what, you know what it is. I think you made a good point. That's a good point because in the second episode, when you see the Abby kill Joel, you see the rest of the Fireflies, where Abby's team, you
Hmm.
know, not liking it, cresting it, right? How they just want him dead, but they just see the gruesomeness and all of that, right?
Right.
And why they want him dead. And you said, and obviously in the game, they didn't. Abby didn't give a whole fucking speech. In the group she was with
No.
in the game, wasn't like sick. Well, it wasn't like sick or petrified. Like um, cresting Abby is like sanity, if you could say, right? In
Right.
this, I think that's the reason why. Like they decided to have Nora say all that stuff.
Yeah.
I think the
I
show
mean,
is trying to make them more look more sympathetic. The Abby and her group more sympathetic
right.
than the game.
Yeah. I mean, uh, it just I don't know the game like the first game plays so much like a TV show that it worked better in their favor. But I feel like the second game is so reliant on being a video game that it actually messes up the pacing of the story when
Uh
you
huh.
actually play it out in a TV form. That's just how I feel. It doesn't it's like the emotional reactions that you're supposed to have doesn't necessarily make or you don't have the same emotional reactions. Again, I mean I played the game obviously, so maybe that might not hold a lot of weight, but because it's like I already know the story, but I do feel like there's something missing that the game did much better. You know, like I think the character was very more grounded in what she wanted to do, even though it was kind of irrational. It was like she was prepared to do it and she could do it because she was trained by Joel. So it's like it kind of makes sense that she would go after Abby. But here it's like I just don't see why she felt like she could go across the country and kill all her friends and somehow make it out alive. Like that to me is like kind of insane.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's just kind of how you frame the character, right? Because again, they're supposed to be the same age and they're supposed to basically be the same character in
I
different you know in different mediums, but they don't feel like the
and
same characters at all.
they don't feel like the same age at all. Abby in the show
No,
clearly is older than Ellie. I know the
right?
actress is, but even the character seems older than Ellie.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, like I said, like there was some like some of the scenes were cool in the episode. it was more so like the scenes are cool, the decisions that they, I guess another thing too is like when Jesse does show up, he's very pissed off.
Yeah.
Which is understandable because that's not how he was in the game, right? In the game, he was like, "No, I'm actually here to help you." Here, he's like, "No, I'm trying to get you guys back out,
Hmm.
to stop you." And then Ellie is like, "No, I'm gonna persist," which was also again like that was really stupid of her to do that. You see, in the game, it's like she went off and she's like, "No, I can handle this on my own." And then Dina's like, "Okay, that's fine." And then she meets up with Jesse and he's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna help you get these guys and take them down." Well, here he's like, "No, come back. We gotta go home. This is supposed to be a rescue mission." And she's just like, "No, I'm gonna just keep going," knowing that she's not a competent person to even
No,
do this. Like that's the part that's frustrating. It's like what in her mind is making her feel like she's equipped to do these
she's
things when
she's
she's like constantly failing.
in the hospital scene. That's all pure luck.
Yeah, that was all pure luck. Exactly. Like she's lucky that one of the people didn't shoot her.
Yeah,
Like there was all those guys like yeah, she was just it was all pure luck, which I mean, why would you do that I mean, this is supposed to be a survival type of show. It's a survival type of game where all your decisions have to be very careful.
hmm
And the decisions that she makes is almost irrational. It makes no fucking sense. It's like if you know that they're avoiding a building and there's infected, how do you even know? Especially what that she's the one who saw that they have smart
You know
infected.
what's funny? You know
Like
what's the weird? You know what's the worst part about that?
what?
The WFL, as they started here the shooting and all that, they came pretty they got there pretty fast too.
Yeah.
Like if there's nobody
And
around that area, how did they get there so
yeah,
fast?
nobody was well, they were searching that area for whatever reason, even though
Uh,
it's like, they probably knew there was infected in there, and they were, but I don't know. It's like they're surveilling the place, even though they
yeah,
know that the Seraphites are in the park because that's their territory.
yeah.
And they're also, I mean, to be fair, and I don't think this was, we don't they don't really state this, but they're at, I mean they kind of do. Like we see that they're at war with the Seraphites, right? But as it's currently going on right now, there's a massive war, right, where
Mhm.
they're fighting on the island. So
Yeah.
that's where Abby is, right? Well, I think Abby also might have been in the hospital too when they were fighting. But yeah, so I mean Abby's supposed to be with Lev and all that stuff, right? But that's the thing. It's like in the game, everybody because she had to kill all those other people to get to Nora, there was a mystery of where was Abby? Where what happened to Abby? What happened to Abby, right? Here it's kind of like you don't really get that impression because Nora's like, I just don't want to tell you where she is. But
Mhm.
it's supposed to be, yeah, like we don't actually know where Abby is. And Abby's actually on the run because the WLF is also chasing her. And they're trying to kill her too. So again, it's like
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, those are things that are supposed to be left like they're reveals for later. But the fact that that's a reveal, you gotta wait like an entire 2 years to
Oh
know.
yeah.
Like to like again, I'm only knowing this because I've played the game versus someone who may have not played the game. It's like that's not really a mystery right now. We just don't know where Abby is. I guess it is a mystery, like where is she? But it's a fucking big city, like, and if she's working for this faction group, like, how are you supposed to know what exactly is going on, right? Like, there's not even really a hint that Abby potentially has flipped on the WLF, which I feel like they should have done. If you revealed her motivations in the first episode, why can't you reveal that she's on the run, right? And so it makes things go, okay, what the hell's going on? But I don't know. Yeah, Dina is definitely the older sister looking after the Spectrum sister. Yeah, and but she's really stupid too. It's like she's clearly the one who's more knowledgeable about scoping out a terrain and avoiding enemy
Yeah.
lines and all these different things. And she's like, yeah, I was taught this. And then Ellie's like, well, I didn't go to school. And you're like, wait a minute, this is really stupid. Why haven't you gone to school for something that is probably crucial for your community? Like, these are all things that, I
And
mean, if you
teaching
had to
her.
go out and you were scoping constantly, surveilling outside of Jackson, why don't you know this stuff?
You didn't go to school. I mean, you're telling me when you got to Jackson, they didn't have schools there? Like, if
No, yeah,
crazy.
well, that's no, they did, but I'm saying why didn't she go to school?
Yeah, exactly. Like,
Because it's like the stuff that they're teaching in school was crucial for them and their survival when they were in their own community.
yeah.
Remember, they had to go out on patrols, and they were picked, right? And they had to surveillance areas and stuff. So you would think that Ellie would know how to do certain things. Like we saw her train in the beginning, like fighting and all this stuff like that. So you're telling me she was training to fight, but she didn't know how to do surveillance or she didn't know how to do patrolling properly and I don't know. It just like I said, it just makes her look incompetent. Makes her look stupid.
So, they send her on patrol, right? Because sometimes she goes on patrol, right?
Hmm.
Don't you think they would just like then? You see your point there. Like, if she doesn't know surveillance or anything like that, then how does she go on patrol? I guess it's
Yeah, I don't really understand that either. Like what like I don't even understand why they even made that part of her character. Like it's just like I mean she could have been silly in a different
not
way.
just
Like why did
Joel,
she
the
have
community.
to joke about her being incompetent when it's like her like it's one thing to joke about, yeah, I don't know basic math because that's not I
She
mean
can
that
joke
might
about
not be crucial to
you can joke
survival,
about being incompetent,
but
but if you're in Seattle with all these factions going on, being incompetent is going to get you killed.
well yeah, well I mean she's incompetent
Yeah,
about the same survival skills that are going to keep her alive. That's the part that's annoying. It's like,
you know
yeah, she can be incompetent about, I don't know, knowing science or things that don't really apply to her everyday life. But her joking about, oh, yeah, you're really smart at doing this. And it's like, hey, you don't think you would have needed this skill to actually track down the people you're trying to kill? I don't know. Those were the small things
that's
that
why they
just
have
rubbed me
Dina.
the wrong way. It was like, what? Like,
That's why they gave that role to Dina. Yeah,
yeah, and then if Dina was left over, Ellie probably would have been dead, right?
yeah.
Like, how is she even going to go through the hospital, or not the hospital, the park to get to the hospital? I mean, like the
First,
entire time this episode, I was
well,
thinking,
how did she get to Seattle in the first place? Because Dina was the one that outlined the trail.
yeah, yeah, she didn't know how to do jack shit, and I was thinking in my head, this Ellie, if she had to play the game, she would have died multiple times, like several times. So it's just like really weird looking at like watching the show and being like, yeah, all of her on her killed. So
I,
yeah, I don't
I can
know.
tell you one thing: the show is good, but this season, I know season one got
Mhm.
nominated for like Golden Globes and Emmys. I don't think the show's worthy of that. This season's worthy of that right now.
No, no, yeah, maybe next season, maybe next
Yeah.
season. But that's the thing. It's like next season, Ellie's barely going to be in the show. She's
Oh,
barely going to be in the show until probably the ending, right? So I don't know. I don't know. I think this they in all honesty, I feel like them it's like a catch 22, right? It's like they stayed with the story, but it
yeah.
also kind of reveals that the story doesn't necessarily work in a TV format. It
Yes.
just it's like they might as well have like made more overhauls to change the show to make it make more sense. And probably I would have said too that it's not even like people online, they're like all about the look of the character. I think the look for her is fine. Like sometimes you're like, yeah, she does seem a little bit looks a little bit mature, but then when she's talking and the character's making decisions, you're like, yeah, this character is not a 19-year-old or someone who's um or competent at all. Like people were making fun of the Ellie in the game because when Dina reveals that she's pregnant, Ellie gets mad at her, which makes sense because Dina was the one who joined Ellie. She was like, "Oh, I'm gonna come with you."
Yeah.
But in the show, they kind of, if you notice, they changed. She didn't know. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
why is my thing went out?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I can hear
I
you
can hear
now.
you. I can hear
Yeah,
you.
so that was another. It's like they changed it, so it's like, uh, what? So like Ellie looks a little bit more friendly. I don't know. I think Ellie being more like serious probably would have been more forgivable because at least you can understand that the situation is serious and she's trying to take it
Yeah.
serious.
The thing is, she's a person going on revenge, justice, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like it.
No.
With their
No.
attitude?
Yeah, at one moment they're like joking about being parents and stuff, and it's like I don't know, it's like you kind of see their immaturity. Like you see like
Yeah.
these are like kids talking. Like these are not like yeah, they're supposed to be 19 in the game, but I don't know, they felt a little bit more like older, like mid 20s at least in terms of their thinking and rationality and like her being serious and the decisions she was making. Like here they just all kind of feel like kids
Yeah.
doing something really stupid and yeah, in my opinion too, it makes the story itself look really stupid too. You know, like that's the one thing and like I said, this is my favorite game of all time and one of the things about this game is that so many people misinterpret the story and say, "Oh, it's only about revenge." It's really not just only about revenge. It's about grief and how people are kind of blinded by grief. They don't really understand it and they don't know how to process it.
Hmm.
This entire season, like, where do we even see Ellie even grieve properly? Like, in this episode, she starts playing the guitar of the song
Yeah.
and then she stops.
Yeah.
But then you realize that song that she's supposed to play, that Joel taught her, we never even got to see that scene. So that whole scene to me, it's like there's no real emotional weight. It's only emotional weight for someone who's played the game, right? Like when we never even saw Joel teach her that song. Like maybe the
No.
next episode we'll see that. But yeah, those are kind of my issues with it. It's just I don't know. I feel like so much of the emotional weight of the game is lost when you have a character who's doesn't really take things serious,
Yeah.
doesn't look like I mean, she doesn't have those moments of like I'm in grief too, which I mean,
You know,
grief is complex, but
you know what? Like, yeah, it's like it just saw Joe. She saw Joe die right in front of her, right? Right
mhm,
in front of her, and she seemed like normal, acting normal, like
yeah,
like her normal self. Like, sure, you want to get to be the normal self again, because that's a sign of getting through the grief, getting through the depression. But there's stages towards that, and it feels like she skipped all those stages to back to being her regular self again,
right,
right? Like, okay, like obviously when you see
yeah.
something,
They didn't like that's supposed to be a moment where she's supposed to
yeah,
be yeah, almost distant.
yeah, like where's the journey from grieving to being getting back to her normal self? We don't see that journey. And yeah, and
No,
she says she's
yeah,
going out for revenge, all this, revenge, Joe. I mean, but you're acting like your normal self.
right.
Like, are you really going out to revenge or justice, or are you just going out there because I just want to kill these people because like it doesn't. It's just,
Yeah, it doesn't. I don't know. It's so all over the place.
yeah,
It's so
exactly.
all over the place. Well, in the game, it's like yeah, the game. I mean, we still got 2 episodes left, but I feel like
I
this is a case where the game did it much better.
The thing is, I think the writing has actually gone downhill this season.
Yeah, for sure. I would say for sure they definitely have a lot of stuff
Is it the
right on
same
the
writers?
nose. It's the same writers, but it feels like it's way too on the nose. Like they always have to constantly remind you of the themes of what's going on. That this is about, like, I don't. That's why I said I didn't like what Dino was talking about, because it's like, man, like you're really pretty much spelling out what the point of the story is,
Yeah,
and instead of really showing us, because one of the things in the games that they didn't really show is that you kill these dogs in the game, right?
yeah,
And
they never
they're
do that.
hunting dogs, and then when you go to the Abbey section, it's like, oh, these same dogs that you're killing, they're the dogs that they're raising and they treat like pets, right? Even though they are technically guard dogs, but so it's like, oh yeah, it makes you feel bad, right? It makes you feel guilty. And throughout this entire couple of episodes, you don't really get that at all. You don't get this impression that the characters are doing something that they feel guilty about, or they kind of
No,
realize, oh, like, hey, there's actually this going on. Like one of the background stories they completely, I thought they were going to do in the season was they Ellie finds a bow from this guy who was like hunting uh the WLF to protect his family, right? And he's
uh-huh.
kind of like this Robin Hood character. They didn't like those are like background stories that they could have added in the show to make it feel like there's other stories going on in the world, instead of it just being like, oh, the target is Abby and that's it. It's like this is the linear path. It's like they needed some more, I don't know, like an episode should have focused on like the different encounters that they
It
had.
feels like yes, it feels like the sheriff finds enough else. The plot
Hmm.
doesn't really play important to this show. It's just like a
No,
subplot.
because all of that is with Abby. The
Yeah,
writing is not engaging. Yeah, the writing, I feel like it's like they have to. Well, first off, one, they cut so many of the encounters, which I understand. It's like
it's a
I,
TV
I
show.
understand you don't have the budget, but when the writer himself is saying, oh, we weren't doing this because we're trying to focus on the drama of it and blah blah blah. It's like the action is part of the drama. I don't understand why people in Hollywood like don't understand that, like, the, it's a visual medium, and if you want to create meaning or create some theme, then when if you have a show like this, the action sequences should be there to um, uplift the themes. It shouldn't just be, oh, the characters talking about their issues. That is what the theme is. It's like, no, it should be every everything reflects the theme or is like subtly hinting at the theme, right? So like when the writer said that, it just annoyed me because it was like, so you're gonna strip down the elements that made the game interesting because the show is more about drama. Like what the fuck? Like so you're saying the game was never about drama, even though it is? It's
Yeah,
like
of
you're making an
course.
adaptation. Like this is why I hate. I really do. Listen, you can make your own changes. I'm not saying things have to be 100%, but why are you making a show and then cutting out the things that made the game like enjoyable? Like people like the game because it had a survival action element to it. And then when we get that, the characters act totally incompetent. And it happens like briefly. Like why don't you have a scene where it's more suspenseful? Like why does it have to be all these stalkers show up and then they're like, "Oh my god, we're fucked." And they just panic. And it's like, "What the fuck?" Like so they were never prepared to begin with?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they all just panic when they saw, holy shit, there's like 10 of them and we're fucked. And it's like, well, why didn't you fucking plan for that? Like you didn't think like there could have been a bloater there. They would have been fucked. Like they've
See,
seen bloaters, so it's like
this
why
is
would you just.
the said is probably infected.
Yeah, I know, but it's like they act like it's really stupid. They act like they don't fucking know that there's different types of infected.
Yeah, yeah, right. Yeah.
It's like, oh, there's infected. We can handle them. Okay, but what happens if it was a bloater? What happens if
Yeah,
it was something you've never seen before? Like I said,
something new.
we
Yeah,
never saw the Shamblers. So what happens if they
yeah.
encountered that?
They kind of assume this is affected. It could be you know, I guess they would assume is they'll exactly know what kind of effect it just go on m- uh
Yeah.
unknowing what kind of effect it, which is kind of stupid.
Yeah, I'm just reading 56K Warning's comments. He's like, there's no journey with Ellie at all. Yeah, in my opinion, it's like it's so all over
The
the place with
journey
her character.
the journey has to start with the death of Nora now because the way she looked at
Yeah,
Nora,
it's two
that's what,
episodes in though.
yeah, that's the
Or
problem.
left.
Yeah,
And then
the
he
fifth
says Druckmann
episode.
should
Yeah,
have copied the Rhodes theme and the scripts. I mean, he like the thing is like the story I feel like is pretty clear what it's about, right?
yeah.
You have the two warring factions that mirror Ellie and Abby. They're trying to get revenge and they're doing things that affect each other without realizing it, right? And that's what I'm saying. Like in the game, it's like you see, oh, how it mirrors when it's like when you play Abby, you're like, oh, this is what Abby was doing, and it was kind of like affecting Ellie a little bit, or you could see where it's like they're almost like mirroring each other, right? But when you have a show that's like this is the second season, and then we gotta wait to have that, it's like it's almost feels like you're watching as like kind of meaningless, right? Until you get to seeing that, and then the meaning is made. I mean, with the game, it's like you play it straight. The game is there. You play the entire game and it's finished, and you get the story, and you understand. I don't know. I don't know. It's just he did it with the game. Might as well do it with the show. Yeah, I don't know. The guy who's writing the show, I feel like just based on his comments, I feel like he was trying to make it too much like a TV show. Like too much. It's
That's
like
what
we
I
have to
believe.
remove what makes uh the game a game and put in things that make this into a show, which the story is not the story is not made for a show. It's a game. So you have to like this is a case where it's like you have to do make some changes for it to be more interesting. Like just to have the characters kind of run around and basically scratch their head like we got to get here, but how are we going to do it? It's
Yeah,
like I don't know, the last couple of episodes it just felt like they were like if I mean first
at
off, it didn't
least
feel like they were progressing in the city at all. It
at
never
least
felt
at
like
least
that.
at least Tina has some sort of idea. If it was just Ellie, she would just
Yeah.
go any area. It wouldn't matter if it's affected or shoulder. She would just go any area. Like
Yeah. I mean, listen, the show is well made. I think the some of the actors are still doing a pretty good job. Um, the suspense sometimes is good. The production value of it is good. Like I'm not saying the show is like entirely crap. I'm
it's
not
not.
saying that at all. I think the writing is just very, very
I,
flawed. Very
I just
flawed.
I just don't think it's anywhere close to the first season.
No, yeah, that too. And as someone who likes and or loves the second game, right? Again, I mean this maybe is clouding my judgment. I'm like you're more harsh about things that you like, right? But
I
I
think
just feel like this is not how I feel like they should have went about it. That's just how I feel.
because I really hope these last two episodes really turn up a notch because like I said, Ellie's journey was missing in this. It has to start here
Yeah.
with the death of Nora because the death of Nora is a game has to be a game changer for the character of Ellie. Like,
Hopefully. I mean,
yeah,
but we're not going to see that until the finale, and then at that point,
yeah.
who even know? Like, yeah, I'm only guessing. Ellie's not going to be in the next season, or not. She's probably going to be toward the ending, right?
And then people are not going to
Uh,
care because
yeah.
they clearly made Ellie like the protagonist of the season, and if she's not in the third
Right.
season, and I know from a video game standpoint, if people play the video games, understand it because you do play as Abby. But from
Hmm.
if you don't know about the video games, and you're just watching blindly because you don't play the video games, you might be like, "What the hell? Like
Yeah,
really?"
you might be really confused. That part, I'm
Yeah,
interested to see what people say. But 56K was saying something interesting. Kojima might fail. Is it no fall out of orbit with his project? That's the thing. Like
Death Stranding.
Kojima is really just like he says, oh, video games are the ultimate form of storytelling and the ultimate medium because it combines all these different art forms. But yet he's like so desperate to make a movie, and to
Is he?
me,
Is
it's
he?
like it's
Is he
more
doing
just like
Death Stranding?
validation for these people.
Is he behind Death Stranding?
Yeah,
Okay, so he's getting a movie. What is he complaining about?
no. I mean, like he, his whole thing is that he doesn't want to just make movies. He wants to make
Oh,
video games because video games are kind of like a step, like an extra step above movies. It's like, you know what I mean? Like you had books, and then you had plays, and then you had
but
movies, and then you have video
yes,
games,
yeah.
right? So he kind of feels like, oh, it's like combining all these different art forms. Why would I now make a movie? And I feel like that too. It's like some of these creators, it's like they kind of just want the validation of Hollywood. They want like they want it to be accepted by the masses instead of it just being like The Last of Us Part Two works because it uses the medium of being a game to tell an interesting story.
Hmm.
And for some reason, it's like they just can't really accept that. Like they want people to validate them. They're just like, oh man, Hollywood loves this and blah blah blah. But it's like Hollywood loves whatever's gonna make money, right? And The Last of Us was successful. It was a successful game.
Minecraft just cost 900 million. It's not a good movie. Like
No,
same thing
yeah.
with
I mean,
Mario stuff.
they don't care. They don't care
Yeah,
about in my opinion, I don't think Hollywood cares so much about telling interesting stories or trying to push
yeah,
the medium and do interesting stuff. They just want to money, right?
yeah.
And whatever like video games are popular now and they make so much money, so of course they want to make these shows and movies.
Video games have been popular for a long time. They just
Yeah.
haven't. They just haven't
Yeah, but
had
Hollywood
bother.
didn't see them as something legitimate.
Or when
That's why.
When Hollywood tried to do video game adaptations, they completely did 180 on them with not even close to source material. Like they tried like
Yeah.
completely, not
I
like
mean,
at
it's
least,
like comic books too, right?
yeah,
Like the
yeah.
comic
But the
book
thing is,
stuff,
with the
they
comic books, the thing is when the comic books are a little bit they is more they respect the comic book genre a little bit more. It is kind of like the
hmm
comic books they
Well, now they do.
yeah, the comic book when they take comic book adaptations and they make it in live action, they respect it more than the movies. They didn't exactly like strip away everything. Where video games
Right.
like adaptations, look at Mario, the first Mario movie, Assassin's Creed was bad.
It
They didn't understand video games. How they didn't understand how to adapt
no.
video games into movies at the
Well,
time.
I don't think they under like in my opinion, the people when you listen to various like filmmakers or people working on movies,
Yeah,
it's like they don't really see what they're adapting as its own art form that was
yeah,
successful. They feel like they're adapting it so then it can become successful. And that's like my main problem with Hollywood. Like that's the reason why they didn't like comic books is because they're like, well, comic books as movies failed and they were crap and therefore comic books are crap. But it's like no, like that's not the case at all. Like just because you make an adaptation that fails doesn't mean that medium is garbage. And like they only care about their stuff and it's like
yeah.
no, like
The
video
Mario
games and comic
movie,
books
the
can
Mario
can tell
movie
their own stories without movies.
the Mario movie in 92, I don't know, 92, 93 did not hurt Mario
Yeah.
whatsoever, right? Whatsoever.
Yeah, it was just crap.
Yeah, it did not.
It was
People
crap
just
that didn't resemble what the source material
yeah,
was.
yeah. It did not. Okay, the video games movies at the time, like in the 90s, 2000s, mid even 2010s, they got a reputation as bad movies, right?
hmm
That they did not hurt the video game industry at all,
No. Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
I don't know.
because the people who play video games looked at that, rejected it, but
Yeah,
they didn't make it. They didn't go, "Oh, that movie is so bad, it doesn't want make it doesn't or it makes me want to not play video games." Sorry, that was like
exactly.
word. worded weird. But yeah, you get my point.
Yeah, it's like,
So
oh, Mario was so bad. I'm not gonna play Mario anymore because of
yeah,
this. Yeah.
but that's how Hollywood likes to operate, though. They make one thing and then it's crap, and then they go, well,
Well,
all this stuff is
the
crap,
good
right?
news
Like
is Hollywood's getting younger and younger, so most of the younger people in Hollywood probably play video games. So they probably don't. They're probably gonna
yeah,
stop
but
using.
they're still are gonna be they're still gonna have that same view of things,
I
though.
hope not.
That's why I feel like the people who make movies, like they don't they only like movies. That has always been my main issue with that with Hollywood and the people who operate in Hollywood is like they only see movies as being the only form of art, right? And nobody else can compete with them. And other things have to mimic movies in order to be legitimized, right? Like comic books, people only took them serious when they started telling mature themes or they started looking like movies.
Hmm.
Same thing with video games. Like people only we're only getting a Last of Us adaptation because according to the creator, it was the first game that had a serious story. Like, what do
What
you
are you
think The
talking about?
Last of It? Yeah, like what are you talking about exactly? Like The Last of Us wasn't the first video game to have a serious story. Like what?
Serious story. What are you
Yeah,
talking?
like those are the comments that just make it. It's like you just seem so out of touch with the thing that you're trying to adapt, and that's been my problem. You can
That's
change
some
it
minutes to
and
play
mold
video
it,
games
but
saying that. Who said that line?
yeah,
Who said that?
Craig Mazin said that.
Did he play? Has he
He's
worked on the video games before?
no, he's the guy who's writing The Last of Us.
Has he played video games? That's the
Yeah,
question.
he has, but it's like what he said was just it was just wrong, and
Okay, I
and,
want to
and
know
I,
what. He should give me a list of what video games he's played.
yeah, it was. I don't know why you would say that. I guess yeah, you're promoting this show, but it just makes video games look childish and stupid. It's like no, that's not the case. It's like there's been serious beloved stories that have resonated with people in video games for like 30 fucking years, more than 30 fucking years. Like what are you talking about?
Yeah, yeah,
It's just I don't know. It's just weird, man. Was 56K warning saying? That was during a time when movies didn't have to be AAA franchises. Yeah, a lot of direct to VHS ended up on the big screen back then.
that's true.
Well, they all just I don't know. I just really wish they the people who are making this stuff. If you like, if let's say if I was like a showrunner, I would make the people who are acting and stuff, I would make them watch it and study it. And we would make creative decisions based on what makes sense for our medium. But I'm so sick and tired of hearing the actors go, I didn't want to look up the source material. And it's like, why? Like, if you're doing a story or biopic about, let's just say,
Yeah,
like fucking Malcolm X, and you didn't do any research on Malcolm X,
yeah,
like don't you think you would look stupid? I never
yeah.
hear any actor say, "Oh, I didn't look up the real person that I was
Like,
playing in the
look,
movie."
I shit on Borderlands because it's a terrible movie, but I gotta give kudos to Kate Blanchett. She actually did research on it and actually played the
Yeah,
game.
I don't know why these actors, first off, one,
It
why
props
do
to
they
her.
feel the need to come out and tell us this? Because it's like it's really stupid to say that. It looks really stupid. You
Well, the
didn't
ones I can tell the actors, the what actors that come out in interviews and say, "Yeah, if they made a game about this, about a movie about this game, I want to play this character in this movie about a game." Those are the ones you could tell are very serious about playing a
Yeah,
movie.
I'm not saying you need to like it. I'm not saying you
Yeah,
need to like it, but I'm saying you need to understand
it,
it and you need to understand what changes you're going to make. And it's just I don't know, it's just really stupid when I hear like the actor for Ellie said that. I heard the guy who plays Jimmy Olsen say this, and I'm like, why do you guys come out and admit this? Like, it just looks stupid.
no,
It's like if you guys were playing real people, you guys would look, if people would flame you guys for not doing any research, but because it's like some fictional thing and you're like, "Oh, I don't want to uh, you know, have my performance based on something. You're playing a character who's already existed.
Yeah.
You know what I
Okay.
mean? Like there's not it's like they I don't know, it's some I don't know if it's some ego thing or whatever it is, but like you're adapting something that already exists and you're putting your own spin on it. You might as well look up and understand what it is so you know, okay, this is why I'm going to change it, right? Not out of like disrespect, but because like I feel like it could have played like this in the show better. Like if I heard actors talk like that, I would be more like, okay, understanding. But when they say,
Yeah.
"Oh, I didn't look it up because I don't want to," you sound like an idiot. Like it really realistically, you sound like idiots when you say stuff like that. You didn't look up the source material because you're afraid that's going to impact your performance. Like you're not giving a fucking I mean, first off,
Why?
one, your performance is based on a fucking existing character.
Exactly.
Like like what are you talking about? I
Like
truly
your
don't
performance.
understand
You're
that.
an actor. This character, how this character acts in the game, that's the character.
Yeah, look up cutscenes. Like show them cutscenes, read like the scripts of the game or
Yeah.
read a couple of the like here's the main inspiration that we have. Like that's what I don't understand. It's like these people in Hollywood have this idea of like they want to have their own touch. It has to they have to put their own fingerprints on it. Why? First off, one, you already been hired. You've already are going to put your fingerprints on it. That's a given. So why do you feel like you need to,
Well,
not look at what other actors or what
you
other
could
writers
you could
did?
tweak it a little bit, but to do like a whole but tweaking it a lot, like the whole character.
I think you could tweak it. This is what I personally think. I think what it should, how I I don't want to say how it should be or whatever, but like this is really how I feel about it, right? I would make these people like playing a game is a big time commitment, so I would let them
Yeah,
watch cutscenes or read the scripts from the game and make them understand, like look at the performances, the mocap performances, understand the character and say, okay, well here's the changes that we're gonna make. What changes do you want to make? And we would talk about it and walk it through of like these are the changes that we're gonna make in
yeah. Don't
contrast
do it,
with what
Mario.
was established.
Yeah,
Like
don't
yeah,
do
don't yeah, it's like yeah, Walter Goggins did that too. It's like I understand, like playing the game. It's like it's a time
The thing
commitment
is,
and stuff,
the
but
thing
it's
is,
like
the thing is, the thing about Walter Goggins, his character works because he's kind of a new character
yeah,
to the
he's a
show.
new character.
So
That's
that's it.
fair, but he
Yeah,
still needs to know the world. Like he
yeah, the
needs to
world.
understand the tone and what his character where it's at,
Yeah.
right?
Same with
But yeah,
basically the
if you're
whole.
playing a character who's already pre-existing,
Yeah.
like that I think is stupid. Like that's a stupid way of coming out and saying, well, like it
Oh,
just feels like egotistical to me. It's like I
who's
need this to be my own thing. It's like you're playing a character who has already existed. You wouldn't have this fucking job if this wasn't popular. Like what I don't understand
you?
like they just think what they just pick this shit randomly? No, it's because it's fucking popular.
Yeah,
Like
no,
there's people who fucking are watching this stuff because they like this thing. Like it's like we want to see your take on it, but we don't want you to just be like, I'm not going to, you know, look and see what the other people did.
yeah.
Because look at Ellie, like I think maybe it could also be in part the performance too, the way that she acts.
So,
Like she acts kind of childish. She kind of acts like,
yeah.
she like I don't know. It's the writing in combination, but it's like I don't know, man. Like I said, I don't hate the show. There's definitely been way worse adaptations. I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna go so far to say that, but it's like those like minor small decisions. I feel like those are the things where I'm very confused. Like, why would you make that decision? Like, what purpose did that really serve?
Yeah, like I know some people might say, "Oh, this is a small minor change." A small minor change could
Yeah.
be considered a big change. Like,
Yeah, well, look at the small minor changes that they did to Ellie that now
yeah,
impacts her character.
it's because it doesn't seem like it's a big change. Because some people don't catch that, right?
No.
The
So
big
most
change is
people
obvious.
probably
If someone
don't
else, like,
care what I'm
yeah,
saying, right? They just
yeah,
enjoy the show, which is
yeah.
fine.
Because if you know the source of material like you do, obviously, you know it's a small
Mhm.
change. Obviously. All right, like,
Yeah.
obviously.
I mean, this
Well,
whole like we sit down and talk about this stuff because I mean we kind of do care about the characters and the story and how it's being presented. Like it's not just a surface level conversation, right? So it is
yeah,
kind of like yeah, like some people I can understand they don't really care for that discussion, but I mean we're here talking for more than 2 hours sometimes, so it's
yeah.
like yeah, it might as well be a deeper kind of discussion, right? Or
It could
then
be.
it would be over in like less than 10 minutes, right?
I just know if Peacemaker is a Thursday show, it's not
Yeah.
a Sunday.
What was he saying? Oh, it ended up being filler. Shame. Yeah, I wanted the show to be
Yeah,
a premiere Sunday show.
it doesn't feel like a Sunday show. The first season did.
Yeah. I
Like,
mean, maybe Grace was kind of right when she said that the actress doesn't carry the show. I mean, I could see that too. I could kind of understand. Like she's not. I don't think she's a leading
but there's
lady in my opinion.
there's I agree, but there's many people out there really hate on the actress, like going too
Yeah,
far,
I understand that. Yeah, people are making fun of her and stuff like that for her
especially
looks.
her forehead and stuff. Or like,
Yeah. I don't I mean I don't like sometimes she looks fine. Like I don't really have anything negative to say about her looks whatsoever. She does look like Ellie, right? I don't know what people kind of expect, but
oh,
she has a unique look that makes her stand out. Um and I'm sure that's probably the reason why she even got cast in the first place. Um but
they're really making.
I think her performance and some of the energy that she has, I don't really think really fits the character, and it doesn't fit being a protagonist, in my opinion.
Hmm. Yeah, Ben's so bad about the Bella.
Yeah. Well, Reddit, I mean, Reddit is full of bums anyway,
Ben is
these
toxic.
bums on
Yeah,
Reddit.
Ben is toxic as fuck.
I'm gonna go on there in the TV section to see what they're
Oh,
saying though.
you got banned for Marvel spoilers.
No, I didn't get banned. I didn't get banned, but the
Oh,
guy gave me a warning, all because I said to some guy he should get a job because he was like, just like, dude, like all I cared about was Daredevil having a cameo. That's it. I'm not talking about story. I'm not talking about anything like that. I'm saying, hey, this is a beloved character. Why can't he be in these movies? And apparently that was an issue. That was a problem. So I don't know. Some of these people are fucking
I want to see if I just want to see what I put I want to see Batman having a cameo. I wonder how they react to that.
yeah, Batman having a cameo. Like they would probably freak out and get really really upset.
Dude, yeah, I'd be like,
Why is Batman in this Marvel movie? That doesn't. They probably lose their fucking
you know
mind.
what? You know what? You basically told those people to get a life by getting a job, get a life. I would say the exact same thing. Get a life, man. It's not a big
Like
deal.
it's not a
Literally, you
big
get mad
deal.
over that.
I don't know. I don't know. All of a sudden now, when you say you want a cameo, it means like you don't want good stories or whatever. It's kind of like the what I always say about the pancake meme, where the guy goes, "I like pancakes," and then someone goes, "So you hate waffles?" And it's like I never said anything about waffles. That's how people on the internet operate. You say one thing, and apparently it means the opposite. It's like I never even said what you're saying. So that's why I say to people, get a job and get a life because well apparently that's disrespect. I don't even know who the person is, so I don't know how that's supposed to be disrespect. He could have a job for all I know, right? But I'm telling him as in you care way too much about this, go do something else with your time. But apparently that's disrespect. Okay, so the guy could call me an idiot, he could say whatever, all this stuff, all your bullshit that you wrote. That's not disrespect, which I didn't even see it as disrespect anyway. It's fucking Reddit. People are gonna say whatever. But that's what I mean. It's like some of these mods, it's like they take personal things personal. They take things to heart because they're soft as fuck, right? It's true. They're soft as fuck. So they take all these things to heart, and then yeah. So that one mod on Marvel's studio spoilers, which to be honest,
They did
I'm
not
glad Marvel Studios took
Dude,
down your goddamn
how did
subreddit.
that warn you for the what? was the rumor he came up with
You
for
warned
Spider?
me at least.
How did I warn you for the rumors that came up a couple months ago about Spider-Man? Do you credit or Daniel
Oh,
RPK?
because they I didn't post that on their website. Somebody else did for me. Without I don't
Oh,
even know the person. But I saw them post my rumor, and people believed it, and they started shitting on Daniel RPK, which good. I told it was funny. Daniel RPK, he's constantly lying about shit,
yeah, he is.
constantly begging for money and saying, "Hey, I'll give you scoops if you give me $1." I'm not giving you a dollar, Daniel.
Yeah,
I'm not.
you're not gonna give a dollar for a scoop. Eventually, if they do end up
I'm
coming,
not. These people,
they
you
may
don't
end up coming
listen.
public anyway, right?
Yeah,
And
like the fact that these people can lie and charge money
yeah,
is insane. It's fucking insane to me.
like if you're gonna pay for scoops.
Well, if you're gonna pay for scoops, at least do what Jeff Snyder's doing. Like he's
Here's the
writing an
thing.
article and
Here's
like
the thing.
interviewing people.
If you're gonna pay for scoops, the scoops are gonna get out for free and eventually.
Yeah.
And
Well,
you
I would
you know Jeff
if
Snyder.
I
You're right about
if
Jeff
I
Snyder. He admitted lying about James Gunn.
yeah, I think he's probably lying about James Gunn, but at
I think
least
he
he
admitted to
writes
it.
an article on like Daniel RPK who just literally types like 2 sentences saying a scoop. And yeah,
Everybody,
whoever's in his like Patreon, like they should just leak all that shit. Because like who knows if it's a lie or not. You know what
it
I mean?
gets
Like you're selling something that could be a lie or not is insane to me. That's fucking insane. Like the
it
guy
gets.
makes no content. He doesn't do any sort of research. He
Here's the
doesn't do
thing. Here's the thing.
interviews. He doesn't have employees working for him. So
Here's the
why are
thing with
you
that
giving him
RPK
money?
scoops. That RPK scoop says you hear this. All of a sudden, a couple minutes later, you see an article about it.
Yeah.
It's out quick. I'm sorry. Like,
It's funny when he was like, "Oh yeah, I didn't say this." Well, now you did, buddy. Because I
yeah.
don't give a shit. Yeah, fuck you, Daniel RPK, you piece of shit, man. You taking people's money and lying and shit. Like, who fucking knows what you're
The
saying
same guys.
is truth or a lie? And
Same
you have
guy.
the balls to fucking charge money for it?
Same guys that
It's
Flash
fucking
Thompson
insane.
getting a movie.
That's like going to the street and paying a homeless dude $100 for fucking cancer advice. Hey pop, can you give me some advice on how to deal with my cancer? And he would just tell you a bunch of bullshit and you don't even know if it's true or not. You know, like get the fuck out of here, Daddy RPK, bro. Like the only thing that you probably get that's right is when trailers drop. Like that's the only time that you've been constantly accurate. Everything else has been like a shot in the dark.
You know what's funny? I just read somewhere like the Superman trailer is ready to drop. It's finished and completed, ready to drop. I mean, shouldn't it have been
Hmm.
completed and ready to drop a long time ago then?
It probably was.
Yeah,
It's
like
probably
what?
been ready.
Yeah. I'm like, what? What? It wasn't ready? I'm like, come on, come on.
Yeah, I got the hell out of here. These con man. At least with The Last of Us, Grace stopped talking about it, even though
I'm,
she's
I'm,
salty as fuck. All these people,
I'm
I
disappointed
just
in her.
can't stand these people.
Grace has broken my heart. She don't talk about Peacemaker. I really wish she did.
Yeah, everybody hates the Reddit subreddit
It's just,
mods. Yeah, they have no fucking lives. They bitch and moan about the dumbest things. They have some of the dumbest rules on there. Like in all honesty, Reddit should just be used for news, right? Some communities not so bad, but other communities like they just become like cult like mentality and just
yeah.
you know, and the mods they quick to ban you. The one subreddit I'll never go on is the Marvel Studio subreddit
Oh,
because that's the original subreddit that got me banned. And the mods, listen, the mods, if Kevin Feige whipped out his dick, they would suck it. Okay, that's who these people are. Okay,
you can't
these
criticize.
people worship
You
the
can't.
the ground that Kevin Feige
You can't say
touches.
anything bad. You can't say like, for example, you can't say
Nothing
one of
bad,
those.
nothing, no criticism. If you say any sort of criticism, they, you might get banned.
So even if you like Marvel Studios, but you say one thing you don't like, you get banned.
You could get banned.
Fuck.
Make a post criticizing something, you're gonna get banned for sure. These people are cocksuckers, man. They literally every day have cum in their mouths. Fuck these bitches. I hate them. I
I
cannot stand these bitches.
I kind of
Fuck
do
them.
feel bad. I feel bad for Thunderbolts, though. I really do feel bad for Thunderbolts. It's not doing really well. It's not.
Yeah.
And he really stopped promoting it a lot after a week.
Well, I
Like,
mean, it's kind of the 2 weeks. They're gonna. I mean, it made what 200 and something,
yeah,
close to 300, close to
it's
300 worldwide, I think. But it is what it is. I mean, listen, people. I mean, the characters weren't super well known. I think if they picked more interesting characters, maybe the movie would
yeah.
have done better.
It shows that Bucky is not exactly.
I think
I
Bucky
mean,
was fine. It was the characters surrounding Bucky. Bucky, Elena, perfectly fine. The other characters, I think they need to pick some more
yeah.
interesting
His thing is,
characters.
it like I think I know the director is rumored to do X Men, but
Hmm.
after Secret Wars, I mean, if they do a sequel to this, like a Thunderbolts 2, which they won't call it Thunderbolts,
Yeah, it
obviously,
would probably just be the new Avengers.
New Avengers would do better. It would do better. Box
Yeah,
office wise. I think it would do better because as much and even though it's not financially doing well, the consensus is people that saw it loved it. So
yeah,
that helped. Sometimes with films that don't do well box office wise, but do well reception wise, will eventually help it if they do a
right.
sequel, right? It could help it. So I think it's a good start because I think they'll definitely. I think they will do something like a
Hmm.
sequel to this. It's called New Avengers, I guess.
Yeah. As long as, yeah, the good word of mouth makes people maybe interested to watch it
Yeah.
on Disney Plus, or at least, yeah, then, yeah, I guess they would have to take that on this one. We'll see where it ends. I'm curious to see where
Thing
it
is, I
ends.
don't think they're really. I don't think they're sell. I don't think they're taking an L on this. I think they're actually taking a big W on this. Bob Iger's taking
Right.
says it's a W.
Well, I mean, like box office wise.
Yeah,
I mean, because yeah, if it's not on pace, I feel like if it does outgrows Captain America, then that's actually not that bad.
I don't. The thing is, I don't know if it's going to do that. That's what I'm worried
Yeah, that's the
about.
thing. Well, if
And
it
but
comes
here's the thing.
close,
That's not a good
if
look
it's
for
like
Captain America, though. That's not a good look for Captain America.
no, but here's the thing: Captain America was not a well received movie. It was
And yeah, because
overall, right?
it's not a well-received movie, and also it was established character. Sam Wilson been for around
Mm,
years, a decade. It was on those Avenger movies, Civil
right.
War, and if that can't get if established character Sam Wilson cannot bring in money, it's a little worrisome.
Yeah, but I think the movie was bad. People
Yeah,
there was some fatigue, and I think as
there's
long
no
as Marvel
fatigue.
has an event movie that people really want to see,
Yeah,
they
that's
will be
Doomsday,
fine.
obviously. I mean, Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
I don't know if you consider it an event movie. Maybe it can be. Um,
I think if Fantastic Four at least makes 700 million, that would be a success.
yeah, but Doomsday is the event movie for sure.
Yeah.
X Men to me, I don't know if that can be considered an event movie.
I feel like it would be. X-Men is going to
Yeah.
be pretty big. So we'll see how this all plays out. I do think, I mean, if I was Marvel after Secret Wars, I would take a year break, have no Marvel movies.
I'm curious what the second movie. Yeah, I might agree. I definitely would think about agreeing with you there, because but I know Marvel probably wouldn't. We
I
know
know,
Marvel.
but I think they need to, like, they really do need to put breaks in between some of this stuff to make it,
Yeah,
for people to miss it, so then they can get
yeah.
excited for the
Marvel
next
doesn't
movie
think
that
it's
comes
that
out.
now, unfortunately.
No, yeah. But I'm got kind of getting tired now
Me
because it's
too. Yeah,
almost
I gotta go
midnight.
too. All right, thank you for coming on. It's midnight anyway, almost midnight.
Yeah. I mean,
Guys,
despite all the criticisms, it's not a bad episode. It has some good elements to
yeah,
it, but yeah, it is what
guys,
it is.
make sure to like, share, subscribe, comment below. We'll be back Tuesday. Don't know yet. I'm not doing. I'm not gonna. When I do a stream Tuesday, I'm not watching Andor. I watch Andor after. It is not the finale. The show hasn't ended. The finale is Tuesdays. Not this
Yeah,
past week.
Tuesday.
All right. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, comment below. We'll do something too.